welcome to Urban Insights. I'm Jayashree Kuru. I have with me Dr. Ananta Singh Raghuvanshi. She's the founder and chairperson of NAREDCO MAHI. Thank you so much for joining us, Ananta. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And as a very important person in this entire equation, because she was the founding member. She's now the chairperson. And Ananta, one of the reasons why I really wanted to talk to you was because you're the one who took it to the masses, so to speak. Trying to get more people involved, getting involved in issues that NAREDCO MAHI can pick up and then push forward. So I think these are very relevant in today's context. So let's talk about how you thought of getting into NAREDCO MAHI, how it was formed, and what was your role as in your previous tenure.
So, Jayashree, as you know, I was the senior executive director at Experion at that time, and I'd gone for one of those Women's Day events. One function was at your place in your studio when you were with MBTV, and the other one was at Aero City, which was being hosted there. And me and the current, ADG of Naredco, we got talking, and she said that our biggest problem is gender integration, and while some of us have reached the corner offices, but the others are still struggling. It could be will, it could be skill, it could also be the biases that are getting carried forward. And post demonetization, RERA, and so many other reforms that have happened, there is really no reason why women should not be coming into the sector. And that is from that thought, Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani supported us, Durga Shankar Mishra ji at the ministry supported us, but above all, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri was like a pillar of strength. And I think I'm very proud to say you and I were there together when Redco Mahi was born. And I feel like such a proud founder of this Mahi. And, there's a very strong motherly instinct that I have for Mahi. It's my baby. And as far as Mahi goes, we've been in it together, whether it is skilling or water initiatives or a startup incubator or even sustainability, then the Mahi Awards. So we've been going from strength to strength, and I'm so delighted that I'm the chairperson of the Redco Mahi, and I'm doing everything that we can. Of course, your advice is so valuable, and we've been holding hands and moving forward. Let's be honest. We are 108 women who are in it together. Yeah, we've been holding hands, and we are 108 women who are moving together towards making an impact in the industry, and at the same time improving the gender ratio in our industry.
Absolutely. And when you pick up issues that Mahi is going to champion, tell me how that process works, and uh, pick up the four issues that you have picked up and figure out why these were the ones that were most important for Mahi.
Yes, see, skilling, you, me, and all of us who've been here for 3 decades plus have seen that that is really a need, and more so for women. So, in our first year itself, we tried Central Vista and so many other projects, along with L&T and various other places wherever we could, get support. Almost 5,000 women were trained, and the pride that they felt, and the difference that it made to their family and their kids and also their spouses. So skilling, right from the woman at the construction site to a woman aspiring to be a CXO, RERA coaching through NIRED. I was the first course director for that. And then Nipun, which is a government scheme. There also we are doing whatever best we can to take this forward. And at the same time, we had this every Wednesday, Ask Me Anything, when I was the president and before that president elect. And any woman who had any issue, she could come and talk to us about it. Because between this think tank of 108 women, there's no problem that we cannot solve or one of us has not faced at some point or the other. And it's collective wisdom, if I can put it that way. And that's how the Mahi sisters are moving forward. Yeah.
What about Shashwat Nirman? Where do you think Mahi will reach? What about the Nirmal Jal Prayas? Where do you aspire to be, and how do you reach that point?
Yes. So Nirmal Jal Prayas, when I was made the mission director for that, and we signed some MOUs with IPA, IGBC, and various other, I'll be honest, Jayashri, I wasn't aware just how grave the water situation in our country is. Having 18% of the world's population and only 3 to 4% of freshwater reserves is very, very serious. Till then, like any other Indian lady, even I was very particular about, a clean house and lovely plants and everything. The whole thing about reuse, recycle, save, all that was just not there. And at our level, if we weren't aware, you can well imagine what is happening elsewhere. So I thought that advocacy and amplification of the message to start with is so important. That's how we started a Bal Jal Sena. We went to school kids. We also went to RWAs. And today, of course, it's a movement. Now, the Mahi girls are doing so much work. You just have to start a good idea. And then it kind of goes viral. So, from a baby that it was Nirmal Jal Prayas 4 years back to what it is today, it's very nice. It's really a lot. And sustainability, of course, it's the need of the hour. In between, for a few decades, our whole thought process as a nation, we were not into consumerism. We were always a culturally people who saved, who put everything to use in some way or the other. But in the last decade or 2 decades, I'll say, this whole thing about change this, throw that, had happened. And now I feel that people are getting very conscious about ecology, about the environment, about pollution, because you are feeling the impact of it. It's affecting people's health, it is affecting your pockets, and also times are not the same always. So what are we leaving behind for the next generation? The minute you ask yourself that question, you get all the answers to sustainability. And also, when you talk about power, I mean, whether it's solar power, wind power, it is high time that we move to healthier options. So, and of course, saving electricity, saving water, it's all part of the whole thing. The builders are now very conscious. NAREDCO is, 50 a pool of 15,000 builders and developers. So you can imagine the impact if you can actually make everyone understand why it is so needed.
I just want to tell you at this point that my house is off the grid. We have 8.5 kilowatts of solar power, and I generate more power than I use. We recompost all our biodegradable waste, and we use that for to grow vegetables. And we also save water by the RO runoff. When you use an AC in summer, especially during the very humid months, I generate almost 10 liters of water every AC, and reuse the water because there is a runoff and we use that water. So, you see, actually, the thing is that each one of us can contribute. And I love the way you've made 108 women the messengers of this kind of.
Yes, yes, and it's still growing, still growing. We've got a lot of support from Gujarat, from Vidarbha. There's so many more women who are joining us as volunteers. And Jayashri, the work that you did on urban flooding, it's summertime already, and another 2 months we'll be hitting the monsoons. That is also such amazing work. And see, it's learning. I learn from you, you learn from me. Your paper on urban flooding, and you'd invited guests from so many different countries sharing their experiences. That's the only way. So when you share knowledge with each other, you are a subject matter expert in something, then there's somebody else who's a wastewater management expert, and somebody who's rejuvenating step wells. And then when all of us sit together, we can find all the solutions and bring the change that we dream of.
Yeah. In fact, this Gurgaon has had its municipal elections after 2.5 years, and the first budget meeting is happening tomorrow. And as part of Urban Insights, we are actually creating a Gurgaon channel where the councillors, the mayor, the deputy mayor, they can all talk to consumers, telling them that these are the things that could be done, should be done, and will be done. And I believe that there's no better way of reaching out to people than dialogue. You should facilitate the dialogues.
Yes. And another thing I would like to add here, Jayashri, is that, for the first time, you feel that government, private sector, and people, all three are aligned. Whether it is Archana Verma in the Ministry of Jal Shakti, whom we met this week itself, or it is Ms. Dee Thara in our Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, or it is, you and I, all of us are aligned and working together towards a cause. So I think I am very positive about the future. And yes.
Tell me something, Ananta. You've had study tours. This is a regular feature that's happening now. Tell me how that idea came about, and going to different places within the country and even abroad. How did it come about, and what do you achieve to aim to get out of this?
Yes. So, Jayashri, if you recollect, when I was the head of sales and I was taking care of customer services with DLF, there was a time when McKinsey came and did some reorganization. And as a result of that, I had become the head for retail leasing. Those were the times, early 2000, probably, when retail leasing was unheard of. There was Connaught Place, there was South Extension, wo Shivji ki hatti hoti thi. The owner would sit there and he would be selling. So leasing of a mall or retail spaces was not really the norm at that time. And when I was put into that, I felt a little, uprooted, because it was unknown territory and everything. Kaha aap 200 crore ki sale report har mahine sign karte ho, and you're on a high, and then suddenly, there's a whole new team and a new task and new projects and everything. And what happened then was PRG, me, Mr. Hafiz Contractor, Mr. Mohit Gujral, DLF put together a team of, I think we must be a dozen people. And we were sent for 2, 3 weeks all over the world, but mostly in the US, to study malls, to meet the retail specialists. And at that time, Mr. Rajiv Singh was our vice chairman, and he says, "नहीं, आप देख के आइए, तभी आप समझेंगे ये this phone call and all." And तब ये सब नहीं था, Zoom Boom was not there. So whatever you people are doing, go and see. And right from the Mall of America, Minneapolis, to Vegas, to everything we studied, met the architects, met the people who were doing the zoning, met the brands. When we came back, I cannot tell you the confidence that the whole team had, and the entire leadership team. There was nothing that they had not studied, because, I mean, between Singapore, Dubai, the US, and a little bit of Europe, everything gets covered in retail. I mean, it's the same people, it's the same brands. I felt that Mahi needed to actually go out and see what is happening. So the first study tour that I arranged, international study tour, was Vietnam. And I cannot tell you how much we love that. One, of course, it's team building, great team building. But Vietnam, whether it was the old structures, underground, 3 levels in earth with straw that they had created, which we got to see, and they survived decades in that. Babies were being delivered 3 levels below the ground. Okay. Food was being cooked without smoke coming out. To see how they could survive then, and then to see a turnaround, how far they have come today, whether it is their buildings or whether. So there was this one builder, we went to their office, and the CEO was a lady. Also, when we interacted with their building material association, the type of materials they use. So this builder, there was a certain property that he had which nobody really wanted to be there. And when they went getting feedback, they said, "Oh, there's neither a ocean here nor a mountain here," or whatever was the feedback. What is so great about this place? They created a artificial water body, almost like a sea. You see the horizon. Then they sold that off. For phase two, they even created waves in that, so that people would actually get that whole beach effect. So they said, anything that a customer wants today, the technologies are there. You can think out of the box and create all that. And that was Vietnam. I said, my God, what we think of Vietnam and what it actually is. And so, therefore, you also went as part of the leadership team to Singapore. And everywhere, the ambassadors host us, we are their guests. Everyone gives us full support, whether it is the builder associations in the home country, or whether it is our own leadership. It's so beautiful, and it great eye opener also. So I think Abu Dhabi was again another success story. So and next we are planning another series, which is very exciting. I don't want to talk about it now and dampen the enthusiasm and excitement, but yeah.
And once you go it somewhere and you establish these connects with local developers, architects, experts in the field, how do you make sure that it becomes something that you can carry forward? And suppose 10 people travel with 15 people travel with you, if the next 15 want to go to the same destination, uh, is it something that is
It is so easy for them because all the contacts are anywhere there, the homework is already done. It is, so for coastal areas, a certain kind of tiles that people in Vietnam created, also cost effective building material. And you spoke about sustainability, big time into sustainability, bamboo stuff, so many things. So you put a builder from Kochi or from Vishakhapatnam in touch with somebody there. So it's, see, the team that is going is representing, but at the end of it, NAREDCO is one family. NAREDCO Mahi is one family, which is a part of NAREDCO. There's also Next Gen, the wing for the next generation of builders, the young youth, which is getting into it, and they have some beautiful ideas, whether it is student housing or warehousing or so many new things, or senior living. So there is so much happening in our space. I think we are in very exciting times, Jayashri. We have experience and wisdom with us, and at the same time, God willing, if health is with us, then we have another 2 decades in front of us to see that whole transformation happen you know
Absolutely. And Ananta, I think one of the things that we have done since I went on the Singapore tour, I have talked to all the people to get their feedback, what they went for and what they've got, and hopefully this will serve as a documentation of what everybody gained, and hopefully this is something that we take through to the future, right? Thank Thank you so much, Ananta. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Jayashree, for inviting me. And I wish all the viewers and all the women out there come join the Mahi family, and let's make that change. Let's be the change. Thank you so much.
Also, Ananta, then since you did say come join the Mahi family, who can join the Mahi?
Any woman who has anything to do with real estate, whether she's a lawyer or she's an interior designer, landscape artist, see, everything ultimately is related to real estate. There is nothing that anybody is doing which doesn't have a part of real estate in it. So we are there to help you, guide you, mentor you. We also have the dolphin tank for new entrepreneurs in prop tech space. So come, and also, if you meet some amazing women who deserve to be recognized, whether it's in sustainability or water saving or any other space related to real estate, do let us know. We'll be having our annual convention soon in July, and I don't want any girl who deserves to get a Mahi award to miss out on that. So please nominate any women you come across for the Mahi awards as well. Thank you.
That's an amazing, amazing request to all our audiences. I do exhort every woman out there to either, come and join Mahi if if you're anything to do with real estate, and otherwise nominate the right people. Thank you so much, Ananta. Found this video useful? Please subscribe to this channel for more such videos. Do like and share with as many people as you can.